welcome back to IP Farms. Well, I threw a little clip in the beginning of this video of the disc plow. I adjusted and adjusted and adjusted on it. Finally got it where it was doing halfway right, but I cannot believe it, but it's not heavy enough. That's hard to believe, so I don't know if I'm going to try to add weight to it or what, but if it hits a stump or a big root or something, it kicks it sideways. In certain areas it's doing better than others, but I'm not real sure on that, so I just parked it down in the field for right now. I got to do some figuring and thinking on that. Did get that little clip, like I said, of it turning dirt pretty smooth. The first video of it was pretty much a fail, but I did get it adjusted out pretty good. Did break a cast piece on it on the hitch that I've got to redo, make another hitch for that, not the one I welded on, but I'll show you maybe if we go down in the field. But back on the big disc today, was able to get the wheel bearings tightened up. They all are good. There's one that's pretty wore out. It tightened up some, so I'm gonna try to get through this rough stuff right now. I really don't know what I'm gonna do, if I'm gonna try to hang weight on that disc plow or try to do some of it with this, but thought I'd go over a few things here on this before we move on to something else. Okay, so back to the cylinder and the wheel spacing. As far as the wheels raising up and down, like I talked about, Mr. Ron Phillips brought up a good point, and I double checked, and of course I should have known with the slop that's in everywhere else, but the majority of the slop is in here. That hole is egg shaped in this big thick piece here, and then there's quite a bit of slop. I'll get the camera angle here. In this piece where these two pins are, both of those holes are wore. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to get some washers, some thick 1-inch washers for right now. I may have to do it more than once, but that'll go down in here. I don't have enough room to put a regular slop plate on it, and I don't really feel like going through all the trouble to cut all this off for right now. So I think some good heavy duty washers will get me through the season. It's something I might have to replace every year for right now, or either build another one of these this coming winter, but I've got to get this thing going. So I think what I'm decided to do, I'm going to go ahead and weld this right here around, because it moves probably a good inch and a half between this slop and then the slop in the pin. This cylinder moves I don't know, probably a good 3.5 inches before it actually starts picking up on the wheels. So Grumpy Farmer suggested about adjusting the rod here, and I thought about doing that, but I may end up having to do that. But like I said, once I realized how bad the holes were wore here, I just needed to go ahead and take care of that. So I think what I'm going to do is, since I got the wheel bearings done, I'm going to go down here and get the welder out, I believe, and go ahead and buzz these two in right here. Put a pretty good bead of weld around that, something I can cut back off easy later. See if that holds up. I don't know how, if it'll break it or what, but we're going to give it a shot, and that'll get me by for right now. I got to go out here and clean this mess up that I made adjusting on that disc plow. And just one good thing, it's where I took the trees down, so it didn't really make too big of a mess area there, but I got to go out there and straighten that up before we get this storm system coming in later. So let's get the welder out and see if we can buzz these in right here and see how much difference that makes as far as the height on the wheels, and if they'll pick up a little bit more. I think I'm gonna go out here and straighten that up, bring it along for a little bit of that, and then I'll have to get the washers for this and wait till the rain moves out and weld some washers in here to take up that slop. So let's drag the old welder out. Alright, well, let's try that. Just weld it around the top, and I got a couple beads there down each side. Gonna try that trial in there, see if that breaks off or whatever. Like I said, it's tough right here. You got slop in there in the pin in this, but without replacing this whole piece, which I'm sure that'll be a next winter project, not really a good way to take up the slop in those. Welding them back up and re-drilling. I'm not going through all that now. So Now all we gotta do is address this, which, like I said, I'll have to get some washers to go behind here. They're pretty thick. I don't know, maybe between an 1/8 and 3/16, something like that thick. Those 1-inch washers, so hopefully we'll be able to weld a couple of those in there, and that'll help for right now. Like I said, up and down throughout the season. It might wear them out, but it's something I can keep an eye on pretty easy. So if I have to grind them back down and put another one in there, I will. So okay, let's see what else we can get into. Okay, we'll start out here. It did pretty good here. Like I said, there's not too many stumps and debris in the ground, which is right the opposite of what I needed it to do, but it laid the dirt over nice. Down there towards the end of the run, there's a couple stumps and whatnot. It cuts up the stuff good. I don't know if I need to hang another 1,000–1,500 pounds of weight on it or what. It's going to be a trial and error on it, but you all saw the fail to begin with and the clip of it working here, so I turned a couple rows over this. This is 2 passes. The tires aren't set right on the tractor either to stay in the furrow, if you will. Did pretty good over here, but when I put the tractor tire in the furrow, it misses a center section, so I need to set the tires in on the International if that's what I'm going to end up doing. But let's run the disc over this and then go out the front field and see if I can straighten up any of that mess before the rain comes in. Okay, everybody, we'll wrap this one up for today. Was able to get out there, and the little piece messed up with the disc plow, emphasis on messed up, and then got out in the front field and chopped some of that up. Really too wet. I never should have been out there to begin with a disc plow, but started out as a 1 or 2 pass deal, and my OCD, the adjustment process turned into all afternoon. So anyway, got most of that cleared back up. Big disc did good. Clogging up on the front gangs a little bit. It's just too tacky and wet with that dirt. But of course, naturally the cylinder's leaking too. Nothing bad, but it's seeping. Probably have to replace that at some point, reseal it, and hopefully I'll pick up the washers next day or so or whatever and get those, and I believe that'll work. It's still riding on the dirt with the tires, but hopefully we get those washers in and take up the play, and we'll see what we got then and go from there. So wasn't a whole lot today. A little bit of tractor riding time, some high speed, just trying to straighten up my mess for another day. So Anyway, thank you all for watching. Please consider subscribing. Thank you to the new subscribers that have come over. Hit the thumbs up if you like what you see. Thumbs down, I understand. Totally up to you. Share the video, get it out there. Might be somebody that's interested in some of this. Just a daily routine and slash struggles here. More on the disc plow later. I'm still just I'm gonna sleep on that one for a few days and see what's going on. I guess I really won't say messed up on that one, but I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna work for my purposes or not. Works good, just don't know if it's gonna do what I need it to do or not. But till next time, thank you.